Samaria Rice's son was shot and killed by police in Cleveland, Ohio, about 4 months after Eric Garner died. Tamir was just 12 years old. Here is a look at what happened. Please be warned, the video you're about to see you may find disturbing. Tamir Rice was just 12 years old when he was shot and killed by police.
And there was a guy and there was a pistol, it's probably fake, but he's like pointing it at everybody.
On November 22nd, 2014, someone called 911 to report what they thought could be a person with a gun.
It's probably fake, but you know what? It's scaring the shit out of me.
2 Cleveland police officers responded to the scene.
It's probably a juvenile,
But when they did, they lacked crucial information. According to several reports, the 911 dispatcher failed to tell the responding officers all of what the caller had shared. The gun could be a fake. The person could be a minor. And the situation turned deadly. Watch, a police car pulls up to the scene. At around 3:30 p.m., within seconds of arriving, rookie officer Timothy Lohman takes out his gun and shoots Tamir Rice.
This is an obvious, tragic event. 3 commands were given to show your hands by Officer Lohman as he pulled up to the gazebo there.
Rice died in a hospital the next day. The family responded hours after police released the surveillance video. We have seen the video that shows our son Tamir being shot and killed by a police officer. It is our belief that this situation could have been avoided. We thank the police for making the video public. We will await the results of their investigation. 1 year after Tamir's death, a grand jury considered whether the officers should be prosecuted.
Based on the evidence they heard and the law as it applies to police use of deadly force, the grand jury declined to bring criminal charges against Cleveland police officers Timothy Lohman and Frank Garnbeck. That was also my recommendation and that of our office after reviewing the investigation and the law.
Tamir's mother left to mourn an unthinkable loss.
Tamir was a bright child. He had a promising future, and everybody just loved him.
Tamir Rice's death sparked protests, with people asking how could this happen to a 12-year-old boy. The officers were immediately placed on paid administrative leave. Eventually, one was fired, though, according to the Cleveland PD, it was not related to the shooting, and another was suspended for a time. We're joined now by Samaria Rice, Tamir's mom. Samaria, I should mention that your son's story is not part of the documentary, but you and Gwen have become good friends and agreed to be here to speak about your case today. Can I just ask you, because we have seen that video before, we've seen the video of Eric and I Can't Breathe. You're their moms. What is it like for you to sit here and take that in?
Well, Kelly, it's horrific to see that. That's like the last video image that I have of my son. So for me to have to see that, it's just heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm. There is a real family behind each one of these cases that grieves and mourns. And as there is, I should mention, behind the police when they get murdered on the job and executed as tensions run high. Your son was out with a toy gun, right? It was
Yes.
a toy gun.
Yes.
What do we know what he was doing with that? What was behind that whole thing?
Well, a friend of his had gave it to him to play with, and that's what he was doing. He was playing.
And it was within seconds that the police showed up that he was shot.
Yes, seconds. I don't believe that they said, "Show me your hands" 3 times. They couldn't have possibly said it because the car was still rolling when he jumped out and shot my son.
Do we know why the information about, I think it's a toy gun, I think this is a juvenile, was not relayed to the police officers who showed up?
It was a breakdown between the dispatch and the 911. That's what I do believe, and I'm not sure why.
What do you think, having lived this, what do you think is the way forward?
As far as
The police and these officer-involved shooting incidents with African-American men.
well, we definitely need to continue to have the conversation. Hopefully, we can have some type of healing, some type of accountability.
Mm-hmm. I must say a compliment to both of you because you've been so lovely in your messaging, even after the loss of your children, and just classy in the way that you have responded. Just that statement that you issued after the death of your son was extraordinary, and it's in how measured it was. Julius, you, I should tell our audience that Viola Davis narrates the piece, and she happens to be your wife.
That's right. She's my wife. And listen, I mean, when LMP, Lemmy Plummer Media, came to us with this project, we knew that this was a hot topic issue across the country, and we wanted to be involved in something that could create a conversation, because
people shut down.
Right, they shut down, and you're never going to get any. We're not going to make any progress unless we actually talk. And so it was really great. And with these 4 cases, we wanted to, profile these cases because they were. It wasn't so much that they were high-profile cases, which they are. There's a lot of high-profile cases, but we actually wanted to. We were able to get the assets. We were able to get the families. We were able to get the police. We were able to get the DA. We were able to get everything in between, and that made it, that much more powerful. Because now we had these 2 forces. We had family members that could talk about their loss, and then we were able to get law enforcement to talk about their side. Listen, these are tragic things, and at the end of the day, this is about someone's loved one untimely demise. And so we must have a conversation around this issue in the country because these things affects the country, but it affects our communities.
Even the police officers in the piece were talking about how change is affected.
Right.
Right from the top, stronger leadership and ethos within the police department of respect and to be measured in enforcing the laws and understanding the community in which you're doing so. I highly recommend it. I didn't know what to expect opening up that first episode and seeing it, but I really thought, to steal a term, it was fair and it was balanced, and it was a piece that both sides would find intellectually honest. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
And
all the
Robin
best to
was
your
amazing. And TV One, they were amazing to take on a project like this and get the word out there, in the way that this show is putting it out there. So we're really excited about what Robin and her team did on this.
Well, it was a bold project.
Yeah.
Well done. Thank you all.
Thank
Two
you.
Sides, that's the name of it, continues Monday on TV One.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.